Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas, the Bare Knuckle Run, and you find us in Freeside as we are collecting some debts for the Garretts and trying to generally make this place a nicer place to live in a way that will make people less likely to punch me. Unfortunately, here comes one of them now, wearing a relatively light outfit, so hopefully won't be able to resist my damage too much, but that's something we're aiming to resolve today. I think there will be a couple of options we have there. For now, though, just going to lead this person over towards the robots, and hopefully they can take care of it. And if not, old Ben will be able to help me out. Plus, we get the fast travel location for the North Gate, which is always helpful. And our first target is this lady over here. This is Lady Jane.
Hello. Lovely to meet you.
And you. I would like the money that you owe the Garretts, please.
I'm short 90 caps or so.
So anyway, we don't get the full amount of caps because we don't have a high enough barter skill, but we do get most of the caps as well as 40 XP. While we are here, might as well just dip into here and do the credit check with the robots. They're letting us through, so we can now go through to the strip whenever we like. And if we head over to the East Gate, we can go and find Grex and sort out his part of the Garrett funds. Oh, King's defending me from a thug there. A thug who's stuck in a wall, looks like. Anyway, this Natalie-dressed ghoul over here is Grex.
Can you spare a few caps?
I think you can spare some caps for me, Grex. Sadly, if you have high enough speech, you can convince him to pay extra money and also to give you his clothes, which you don't need. It's just a way of humiliating him, which is not really in the spirit of things. So with the debts collected, let's head back to Francine Garrett and tell her we've sorted out the debtors. So someone else has owed them a load of money, and we need to take care of this guy. He's on the strip. She says you have to kill him, and so does the quest marker, but you don't actually. You just have to get his hat, which you can convince him to do with a nice, easy speech check. There goes Lady Jane, who's running off back to California because she doesn't have the money to stay here. So he says not to go running past the greeter without having the money, and you'll get a little demonstration of why right here. Curiously, that guy doesn't actually go for the gate. He stood there for several seconds before the robots went for him. If you are in sufficient good standing with armour, you can just charge through, but unfortunately you'll find that the gate is locked until you take out the Securitrons. You can either kill them and get the key off them, or you can get a fake passport from Mick and Ralph's, or you can get the King to get you a false passport, or you can pay your way in. There are myriad ways to get in. You can also use the monorail from McCarran Airport, which is the easiest way to do it, and hence I have not done that. So as everyone pops in, we'll see Victor's here.
You've come for a piece, haven't you?
So he ceases to be Victor as soon as he tells you to go see Mr. House. So that's what his role was, and you'll see he's now marked as just Securitron at Mark 1. And indeed, Victor has transferred to that Securitron over there by the door. Anyway, you'll find McCaffrey over here.
Huh. So the Garretts sent you to track me down.
Yes, they did. I'm here to collect. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I've accidentally done the fighting option for him. Securitrons, help me! Help! I can't beat him. He's got a sheriff's dust. Resist. I want to enjoy the casino. Maybe if I get him to shoot the Securitrons. Aggro the Securitrons. Come on, McCaffrey. What about the NCR? Okay. That's not ideal. Okay, and I'm dead, so possibly time to rethink our approach to that quest. So let's try and speak to him again, and instead say, give me a share of the caps and your hat and you can go free. And with a speech check of 40, you can get the hat without having to fight him, because it turns out if you can't use weapons, he's actually quite a tough fight. You know, at some point with all these load zones, I probably just should get the strip open and Freeside open to make travelling around a lot easier. I feel like the problem with Open Freeside mod, though, is that it does massively increase the amount of Freeside thugs you run into, and I'm already pretty incapable of handling them, because if they have any armour at all, I can't get through it. Okay, so we've sorted out McCaffrey.
Welcome back. What can I get you?
And hand over the hat. And we get ourselves the corner room in the hotel, as well as 500 XP and 150 bottle caps. Not a bad prize at all. Now, next up, we're going back a little bit to somewhere slightly unexpected. Because our problem is that we are not sufficiently good in combat, and that means that we need to find ways to remedy that situation. So here's Veronica. She's an expert in punching people. I've come from the grave. Yes, you live in a hole in the ground. You live your family in the bunker. And, yeah, she can come with us if we know a little bit about the Brotherhood of Steel. And she wants to know about places that are up-and-coming civilizations in the wasteland. So let's travel together, Veronica. And hopefully I won't be getting into too much combat, because I feel like that's cheating. But for where we're going, that shouldn't be too hard. So now we've got her in tow. First things first, we'll use our winnings from the Wrangler in the last episode to get a new implant installed.
You're back.
And I'm going to choose the Endurance implant, which not only gives me extra HP, but it also increases my unarmed skill a little bit, because unarmed is governed by endurance rather than strength, as you'd assume. So you'll see my unarmed skill is now 82. We should be able to max that out within a couple of levels' time. Next up, we're back in Prim. You'll see the lovely lit-up Bites and Steve sign there, as well as the Mojave Express building. And if we head into the casino, we'll see it's abandoned. And if we walk forward a little bit,
What are you doing here? This is our casino, punk.
you'll see that we've been ambushed by some NCR deserters.
Tourists on our turf.
They want 100 caps from us, and I'm going to tell them that Prim has law again. They've resorted to robbing to steal their problems and solve their problems, and they should just turn themselves in. So they won't do that, but they will disappear, and that means that within a few days the casino can reopen. So we'll just wait for that to happen while Veronica stands in a bin. Okay, so 4 days and a couple of fast travels ought to do it. Now the casino is back in business, and obviously this casino being the earliest in the game has relatively low stakes. You can't win that many chips, but their rewards are also chips. So you earn bonus money by maxing out to their win levels, and hopefully we should be able to gain ourselves a decent amount of cash very swiftly. Don't forget to pop on our naughty nightwear. So we got the nice beret and leopard print combo. So there we go. After we win 800, we get given an additional 600 Vicky Advance chips as a prize. There we go, up to 2,400 chips. Okay, and I've now been banned from gambling at the casino.
We can't let you play here anymore.
Yep, sorry, Mr. Floor Manager, but
Sorry, you just win too much.
he's come over to speak to me twice. Anyway, we'll go back and cash in our chips. There we go, an extra 3,600 caps right there, which is very nice. There we go, back in our combat armor. That feels much nicer. Now back to the medical clinic once again.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
Certainly do. I want another implant. Then over to the strip, and we find ourselves in Gamora. I will hand over my weapons, no problem, considering I don't use them anyway. I'd like 1,000 chips, my good man. Back into the naughty nightwear. Now I'm in the safety of the casino. We start our winning streak as we mean to go on. I like the detail that the Gamora cards are hand-drawn, by the way. Yep, our first winnings there. Only 2 Brahmin stakes, not worth very much considering we've earned 2,400 chips. There we go, prize number 2. Get ourselves some mentats, which seems a very minimal prize. There we go, and this is the prize I was really after, the Combat Armor Reinforced. This is obviously better than my current combat armor. It's got a damage threshold of 17, so I'm going to repair it with my current armor, and that'll get it up to maximum condition, and you'll see I've got these cool 80s style shoulder pads here, so I look kind of like a robot in a beret.
But you are done at my tables.
There we go, and 9,000 caps the richer, we are kicked out of the Gamora Hotel. Now, that's not us done quite yet. I'm going to turn in my chips and pay out in caps, please. That'll be 10,000 more for me, which you'll note puts me on a very healthy 14,000 caps. Not quite as much as we'd like right now, but we'll be there soon. Next up, after a nice drink out of the Rad-Free fountain, we're going to head into the Ultralux, and this is why we brought Veronica along. So now it's time to break the bank at the Ultralux. Start as we mean to go on. So after a weirdly long time, I have managed to reach the first rank of rewards at the Ultralux, and as the greeter comes round very slowly to reward me,
I must say, fortune seems to be with you of late.
we got ourselves an atomic cocktail. Not quite what I'm after yet, though. Keep gambling. Then at 7,500, we got ourselves the second reward when the greeter can be bothered to get to us. Where is he? Here he is.
You certainly seem to be making a splash.
Brahmin Wellington. Nice little food item, but again, not quite what we're looking for. Third level, we get the Bon Vivant Sweet Key added, and we should simply break the bank. And as I emerge from the table, banned from the Ultralux, but 15,000 caps richer, we still haven't got quite what Veronica wants. So just take out our money in caps, 16,000 for us, taking us up to the enormous total of 29,000, which should be more than adequate for what we want. Now this is annoying. I thought there was a way to get the Ultralux outfit without having done Beyond the Beef, which is a quest that is going to be quite difficult for me due to the amount of combat it involves. But sadly, it looks like that's not the case. I'm just going to quickly check out the hotel rooms in case there's something in the one that I won for doing so much good gambling. Not too much here. Lots of things that are marked as stealing, despite the fact that they are mine. But a bed that I can sleep in and a clean toilet to drink out of, so, you know, I can't ask for too much. No mirror in the bathroom, obviously. That's beyond the scope of the game engine. Yes, so sadly, it looks like Veronica's quest for a dress will have to wait just a little bit longer. So if you wouldn't mind, Veronica...
Wow.
Back to the 188, if that's okay. See, the way I thought it worked was that one of the prizes for the Ultralux was that you won an outfit, but it seems that I was wrong in that, and while it would be nice to just kill one of the white gloves and get their outfit, the fact that I'm not using weapons means I can't sneak kill as effectively, and certainly probably couldn't take them out in one hit. But it was not a futile trip, because with 29,000 caps in hand, we can head back to the medical clinic and gain ourselves some very important implants. We can find Dr. Usanagi, that is. So, I waited till morning, and she's appeared in the back room. I'm not sure where she was hiding, clearly inside the wall. Anyway, I'd like to buy an implant, and I would like the most expensive one of all, the regenerating ability.
Breeder. The implant speeds up cell regeneration. The implant is very expensive, however. 12,000 caps.
12,000, not even half my money. There we go, and we now have a regenerating ability. I'm not sure how much it's worth. I think it lives in perks. Yeah, monocyte breeder. Slowly regenerate lost hit points. I'm not sure of the rate at which that happens, but it's better than the natural healing rate in this game, so I will absolutely take it. Can I buy another one? Yes, I can, and I can buy the Subdermal Implant. It's 8,000, and it gives me an extra 4 damage threshold, even when I'm not wearing armour. So I think that's a pretty good game for now, but we do still have 9,000 caps on us, so let's see if we can push our luck. Yep, I can have another one. Not many. These are getting increasingly not useful, but I might as well take an extra point in luck for 4,000. This should get me up to luck 9, which I can boost to 10 with my Naughty Nightwear, and that will mean that the remaining casino, which is the tops, I can break with even less difficulty than I had with the previous ones.
Alright.
Yep, I can have another one, and I might as well enhance my agility, get myself some extra action points for combat. That'll be very nice indeed. And that leaves me with only 900 caps, but I think we very much got our money's worth out of that. So if we have a look at our stats now, my special is Luck 9, Agility 6, Intelligence 10, Endurance 9, Perception 6. We are doing very well indeed. Charisma still 1, because nobody likes Charisma, ironically. Anyway, back when we were in the NCR outpost, we ran into Cass, and she told us to go seek some work at the Crimson Caravan, and that is exactly what I'm going to do next. Largely because this is work which you can do with the bare minimum of risk. So into the main office. Usually she's sitting in here, but she doesn't seem to be right now. But that would be because it's the middle of the night, admittedly. Crack into her desk and we'll get ourselves 12 bottle caps. Very nice. I don't think anyone else is in here. Okay, waited till morning, and here she comes to get down to work. It's Alice McClafferty.
The Crimson Caravan Company.
So I'm looking for some work, and they need someone to deliver an invoice to Camp McCarran. That seems easy enough. We haven't been to McCarran yet because there are fiends on the way, but we should be able to make it around there reasonably easy if we just travel over to the Gunrunners and head south. Might as well stop off here, by the way, and see if they've got anything worth buying. We've got 2 pairs of spike knuckles. We can sell those. Combat armor reinforced. Want to keep that. The spacesuit, I'll keep it for the rad resistance, but otherwise, yeah, don't have much that's very valuable. Must make sure to switch it back over to my armor. There we go. So as we head around the corner past the Poseidon Energy gas station, there might be fiends on the way up towards Camp McCarran, but given there are traders and soldiers right here, we should be okay if any of them try and attack. And here we are, the remnants of the airport, with a couple of missions we can pick up in the meantime. By the way, I could have gone to the tops and dealt with Benny and so on and cleared that casino out, but I thought that we'll save that for because there are quests which I'm going to do which are going to annoy the Legion and NCR, and ideally for my survivability, I don't want them to be too annoyed at me, so I'm going to do as much as I can of those before the karma reset you get after dealing with Benny. Strangely, despite the fact that there are working slot machines in here, you can't use them. There's no gambling outside the 5 sanctioned casinos and the 1 in the DLC. If we just pop into this room back here, we can find our way to Dr. Hilden.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr.
And yeah, we're here about Vault 22, absolutely. We can go and sort that out for him at some point. That's going to be quite difficult, although I don't think anything in there has any damage threshold, so it should be possible to punch them all. Yeah, he won't now finish our bit with McClafferty, but I can sort that out if I talk to him again. There we go, invoice from McClafferty, and we can hand that in. Later on, we'll go deal with Vault 22, and Angela Williams here wants us to go look for her friend. And yeah, we'll promise to do that. Oh, by the way, I discovered if you go back and talk to Hilden, and then dig into his options, you can find out he's sent several people to Vault 22, and none of them have come back. And we prefer to know what we're getting ourselves into. And if you keep pushing through that conversation tree... Oh, I've managed to mess that up now. But if you get the right option, you can get a skill check for an extra few experience points, which is handy. By the way, while we're here, let's talk to James Shue, the commanding officer here, and see what we can help him with. So there's a problem with the Fiends. We can talk to Boyd about the Legion prisoner, and there are various... There's someone who is a spy around the facility as well. So those are all things we can deal with in due course, but for now, just got word of them, so we can head back to the Crimson Caravan. So we've delivered the invoice, and there's a couple of other jobs left. There's a negotiation with Jameson at the Wrangler. There is the problem with the gun runners. You've got to break in and steal their blueprints, although I don't think we can do that yet because we don't have the lockpick, but we'll find out about it anyway. And you know what? I actually probably can't fight the gunrunners because if I always get caught sneaking in there, and yeah, you'll have to find someone else for that. And it's nicely realistic that you can ask to be let free of that goal. Now let's go over to Freeside and we'll deal with Jameson. Uh-oh, shooting's going on, and I imagine that involves people who want to beat me up. Although they seem to be all the way down the street, so I'm not going to worry about them for now. Okay, into the Wrangler, and we'll find this guy. He's always at one of these slot machines. Jameson.
Shove off. You're making my luck turn bad.
I'm going to make your luck turn bad if you don't quit working with the Crimson Caravan. Threaten him with Speech 50 with the Emerters. And there he goes, he's gone. So McClafferty is rid of him without having to worry. So we can go speak to McClafferty now.
Welcome back.
Don't have to worry about Henry Jameson anymore. And there we go. NCR fame gained, and we gain ourselves 500 caps as well. Not bad at all. So now we need to go negotiate with Cass to buy out Casty Caravans, which is easy enough to do. We just have to travel all the way down to the Mojave Outpost. Hello, Cass.
You come around like a bad habit.
Certainly do. Yeah, they want to buy a caravan. What happened to it? So even if you have nothing you won't sell, I have the offer letter here, the terms are fair. And with speech 50, rather than barter or higher speech, the outpost is the last place you want to be trapped. Right. There you go, she's signed. And we could get her to come with us. Well, why not? You could use someone who knows the roads. And our karma is reasonably good. I don't know what this big pile of troopers are doing, but apparently they're wishing for a nuclear winter, their favourite line. So over to the Crimson Caravan, and we'll get the last part of McClafferty's quest. Now, I don't really want Cass running around shooting things, but this is a relatively violence-free mission, so we should be okay. Stop off at the workbench here, by the way, and make ourselves some overcharged microfusion cells. We're not going to be using them, but we can get the crafty mini achievement for that. Where's McClafferty? Oh, she's asleep in this bed with a secret bottle of whiskey tucked under it. Not very secret, because it glows bright orange.
Welcome back.
Yep, Casty Caravans has been bought out. Anything else you need me to do? There's a counterfeit bottling plant over at the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters. There we go, level up to level 11, which is very nice. Get unarmed moving up further still. Might as well... I don't know, actually. Let's take that to 85. Lockpick would probably go in a positive direction. If we get it up to 40, we can use a locksmith's reader to open average locks. That would be handy. And yeah, barter is still low, so we'll get that up to 24. Why not? So pressing matters has been started. We need to head over to the Sarsaparilla headquarters and Camp McCarran's the closest location to that. Be a bit careful going over here because you are in Fiend territory, although you're sort of around the outskirts of Fiend territory, which is largely over in those ruins, so we should be okay. You'll just see over there on the horizon the bottle-shaped building. That's where the headquarters is. And as the texture loads in, you'll see, yeah, it is entirely shaped like a big bottle of Sunset Sarsaparilla. Very nice. Just hop off here. Hope we don't take too much fall damage. There we go. Oh, there's some kind of explosion. I think Cass might have run over a mine. But it doesn't seem to be dead, so that's not too much of a worry. And here she is, caught up with us. Just quickly skirt around this inconvenient wall, and we'll find ourselves at the bottling plant. Now, you're supposed to head in through the main entrance there and fight your way through a load of robots and find your way around to the back of the plant. There is no reason to do that, really. It's quite easy to avoid. What you do instead is go through this broken fence here, raid these crates, because they often have full sunset sarsaparillas in them. There we go, 2 there. And mostly empty bottles, but, you know, the odd full one. The machine is right here. Activate the bottle cap press, strip all the important looking bits out. And once you've destroyed the robots, you can sort of pick your way through those crates, but I'm not going to bother for now. Just going to head back to Crimson Caravan and hand in that quest. That will not be the last we see of the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters. We'll be heading back there later. But for now, I think it's a good place to be. Here she is. And the bottle cap press is no longer a problem. And we got ourselves 100 XP, not very much, but we get some NCR fame. And 500 bottle caps again, so we are increasingly rich. Back up to 2,833. We'll get the rest of those implants yet, I swear. In fact, I think I'm going to tell Cass to go for now. Back to the Mojave outpost, because...
I'm free of the outpost. Was wondering if you'd mind making a detour.
Okay, so she wants to get her quest started. Yeah, where was it hit?
Upside of Vegas, here, Tal. Been weeks since it was hit.
So unfortunately, we are going to do that, but what it does is it gets the Van Graffs angry at you, and I don't particularly want to do that for now. So yeah, Cass is going to have to go. Okay, back to the outpost for her, and we need to get on with our previous quest now. We're going to head back over to the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters as a sort of travelling location for onward journey. We're not going back in there right now, because we've only got 18 star bottle caps, but, you know, they are creeping up gradually. We will get there in the end. And what we need to do instead is start heading over to the west. Fiend territory over this way. Fortunately, they are wielding very weak laser weapons which cannot penetrate my reinforced combat armor. So skirting around here up on the hills is probably a good way to go. There is a Legion Assassin spawn point somewhere near here, which I'd rather not have to deal with, frankly, but yeah, it can be done. Oh, also, while we're here, yeah, Fiend encampment here. I'm not going to be able to punch all these guys to death, obviously, but if we can find the relevant Brahmin... this is her. This is Queenie. Yep. Queenie is going to have to, unfortunately, suffer a terrible fate. Because this is the cow that Cook the Fiend likes to have sex with, and if we can kill her... There she goes. Cook will be frenzied, and we'll start attacking his comrades. Just going to eat some lovely food there, and draw them over towards Cook. Hopefully he can deal with the rest of them using his incinerator. I don't think his frenzying wears off, he just keeps going until they're all dead, so it's generally... Or he is, admittedly. So it's generally a good place to be. Because, oh, no, he's lost his incinerator, so now he's over to his flamer, which again is fine, you know. If they can keep attacking each other, then that's Fiends out of the way for me, and it's Cook out of the way for the quest later on. So just keep leading them around in a circle. This guy with plasma there, that's not ideal. Want to stay out of the way of him. But, yeah. Oh, have they killed Cook? Gonna eat our Brahmin Wellington. It's actually quite a good healing item. Just can't use this campfire in combat. That's annoying. Where is... dear Cook? Here he is. He has been killed by his own men, so take Cook's head. Flame of fuel, bottle caps, mentats, metal armor, not very good. Radar arc light helmet, ditto. Now let's try and get out of here without dying. We've got loads and loads of Brahmin steaks, which is handy. So hopefully we can make our way out of here without too much difficulty. In fact, this might call for a stealth boy. There we go. Yeah, we got 3. Why not? As long as we're in caution, that's not too bad. Now, obviously, I can use the snipers from McCarran to get Drive and Afai's head. Violet is obviously the more difficult one because she's got dogs who are very perceptive. And I probably can't stealth boy over to them, and I'd have to punch them to death while she's shooting at me. So that's one for later in the game, I suspect. But we did at least get Cook done for now. Now, it wasn't our main objective. What we're actually doing is heading over towards Red Rock Canyon. See there, a dog glitching off Violet's roof there, doing a little stand on its front paws. Still hidden. Yep, no danger for me here. We get over to Chance's map. We've got a couple of bits here. That's a stealth boy, but you can't pick it up for some reason. It's just used as a bit of a map rather than, I guess it's an expired stealth boy maybe. Anyway, we see these lovely, effigies here, and we clamber over here and head over towards Red Rock Canyon. We'll get our first encounter with the Great Khans, at least the first encounter since we got shot in the head. Or I guess since we rescued those guys from Boulder City. Not much too dangerous here. There's a few mantises over there. There's a gang of raiders over in that wrecked town, but I'm not going anywhere near that, so we should be okay. By the way, I didn't know this was here until like a couple of playthroughs ago, but there's a secret store with loads and loads of guns and stuff, which is run by the Khans, and it's down in one of these basements. I think it might be this one. Yep, here we go. It's this door, the Great Khan Armory. And yeah, they're surprisingly obliging about selling you guns from their underground hideout.
Supposed to sell you weapons.
They don't know who I am, so I don't know why they would tell you that. Yeah, they've got all sorts of stuff. Combat armor, combat helmet, advanced radiation suit. Loads of stim packs, actually. I'll take those. Yeah, a bunch of surplus ammo and so on. If you were using weapons, it's actually quite a good place to go. They've got time bombs in stock, and yeah, not bad. The main draw actually is to steal all the stuff that's down here, because they've got quite a lot that's just unlocked and sort of guarded, but it's very easy to stay out their way. Like, you can have 4 missiles there. Great, that'll be good when we see the boomers. Loads of ammo there. Gun cabinet here. Okay, they've seen me, but I'm just having a look. So that's not a crime. Ah, now I'm detected, so it's less easy than it was. But, you know, we got a decent amount out of there. We can use their workbench as well. Always good to make a load of stuff that we can then sell on to other traders. And we'll head out of the armory. And up into the canyon proper. You'll note, by the way, that between the stakes and my regenerating ability, my health is now back up to full. This is a very good state of affairs. And we'll be going for other sort of health regeneration perks later in the run, just to help matters. Because basically my thinking is that so many of my bits of combat are long slogs, that being able to survive long term and reduce the amount of incoming damage in aggregate is probably a good place to be. So usually you'd head up there and speak to the Khan's leader and sort out the stuff with the Legion agent and so on. But we're not going to be doing that for right now. We're going to be going elsewhere in the Great Khan encampment. So there's a couple of things to do here. But first we're going to head over here and find ourselves a creative soul. Is it this guy? Nope.
We'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
I can't remember who it is. He hangs around here though. Oh, here he is, Jerry the Punk.
What do you want?
Not dressed like the rest of the Great Khans, weirdly.
I can tell you they're a bunch of big dumb jerks with no appreciation for art.
Sounds like you're not happy being a Great Khan. Maybe you'd be happy somewhere else.
Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Do you
Yep.
think the followers of the apocalypse would take me?
I can certainly ask them.
You do that?
Yep. And we can ask about his poetry as well.
You heard that, huh? The followers of the apocalypse came to our...
Ah, so he's not a Khan because he's not eager for his initiation.
Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a Khan anyways. They toss you into the ring there and beat on you for a solid minute. If you survive, you're in. Sure, maybe...
That doesn't sound great. Can we hear some of his poetry?
Oh look, it's the conformist tool.
Whoa, okay, that was unkind.
You would? Here's one about the girl I love. Her hair stands tall, like the spiky bits on a death claw. Her eyes are bright as radioactive sludge, glowing with the light of love. But when I talk to her, she laughs and mocks and has her brothers beat me. Oh, why do nice girls hate me? That's it. What do you think?
That really was something, Jerry.
Wow, you're the first one who ever did.
I mean, it is terrible, but also, you know, whomst among us did not write terrible poetry as a teenager. Anyway, we'll sort that out when we're next at the Mormon fort, but for now, we're heading down into this canyon. And at the end here, we should find Jack and Diane, the resident Great Khan drug dealers, or slash drug makers, I suppose. Quickly, by the way, make some slasher at their campfire and some fiery purgative. Keep our survival skills moving up.
Who it is bringing that good Khan karma around?
They think I'm a Khan because I let their guys live at Boulder City. It's really affecting the dialogue in weird ways. Looking to make a few caps.
We don't like do anything.
So they are drug dealers, and I can teach them how to make stuff. So we can get slasher for science 50. Takes a few hours, but it gets the recipe sorted for them.
Grudalicious.
And I'm going to say no charge, just helping out. Going to teach them how to make party time mentats. Grudalicious indeed. And yeah, again, I'm just going to keep the Khan fame ticking up. And then we can teach them how to make rocket. And again, no charge. And they've got some more helpful chems. So, oh dear.
I don't know.
So if we can get a speech up to 66, we can get them to make other chems as well. Anyway, we're now liked with the Great Khans.
One of my regulars.
So Diane here is, can... We need to find out what's happened to Anders. Spoiler alert, he's down at the Legion camp at Cottonwood Cove. So we can go and rescue him. If we keep helping them out, eventually they should give us a special Great Khan move. By the way, just going to steal the Programmer's Digest and the flower in inverted quotes. Today's physician, we can have that as well. Sadly, we can't use the chemistry set here to make any drugs. I think that literally only works in Old World Blues and in the opening at Doc Mitchell's house. Steal some drugs out of here as well. And I wonder if we can get him to make more helpful chems. If we go over to our Naughty Nightwear, which is speech plus 10, do we then have a meeting people? Yes, we do. So now, let's have a chat with Jack. Alright, calm it down. Now we can say, can you make more helpful chems? Think of all the people who overdose on Jet and Psycho, it's bad for your karma.
Oh, you're right.
So how's the medical work going? There we go. So now we can buy a load of stuff that we've added to his inventory, which is nice. Not much that we could use for now, but we have got ourselves famed the Great Khans. I swear there's a way to get them to make more complicated drugs as well, but that doesn't seem to have come up yet, which I'm a little bit confused by. Anyway, Freeside is now teaming up to take out this thug, and I really should have put my armour back on, I now realise, as I head into bats in my skimpy pyjamas. There we go. With our armour on, by the way, you'll note that our damage threshold is now 21, which is very healthy. Oh, God. Oh, no, I've angered the kings. Oh, God, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, over to the fort. I don't want to fight the kings. If I can get them aggroed at me, that would be really, really bad. You can end up with a hilarious war on Freeside, by the way, if you end up as a member of the followers and then do Cass's quest to anger the Van Graffs. Basically, the followers and the Van Graffs will start fighting each other. And weirdly, the followers often do considerably well, despite being a non-combat oriented faction with relatively few weapons. Anywho, we have sorted out Jerry the Punk, so let's go see Julie Farkas. She should be hidden in her office. She often can sort of wander around this place. There she is, I see her mohawk.
Welcome back, friend.
There we go. Met a kid who's unsatisfied with life in the Great Khans. Will you take him on as a follower? He's a poet, kind of. The Garrett should start sending over supplies shortly.
I'm pleasantly surprised they would help us out. Well, it looks like you've earned yourself a discount on supplies now.
Excellent. So we've got a supply deal with the followers of the Apocalypse, and yeah, we can. We need to keep dropping off medical supplies in order to get her fame for the followers up to idolize, so we can join them. But we'll be there soon. So we're going to buy all their Radaway for 140 caps. Now we can drop off the Radaway. There we go. And she's got a selection of magazines we can buy now. So buy Meeting People, Programmer's Digest, Salesman Weekly, Today's Physician, all useful. And a Fixing Things in a Lad's Life as well, why not? And I don't know what our reputation is with the followers, but it's getting better. Friend. And obviously if we have a Radaway, we can now give that to her as well. So head back to Red Rock Canyon, jump our way down the cliff, and we should be able to speak to Jerry the Punk and get him initiated into the followers. Presumably the followers initiation ceremony does not involve getting beaten up for a minute. You'd probably have you heal someone who did get beaten up for a minute. Okay, turns out this cliff is one of those where it overhangs to stop you Skyrimming your way down, so instead we're going to have to go down the more traditional route. So now Jerry the Punk hangs out where he's supposed to, outside the arena. There's a footlocker by the arena which implies that you're supposed to do the initiation at some point, or there's going to be some kind of arena battle like there is in the Legion camp, but I don't think it's actually in the game. There we go. Hi, Jerry. The followers have agreed to take you on as a member.
Oh, that's great. Thank
Okay, so Crimea River is done, and we are nearly at level 12. I was hoping that would get me some more follower fame so I could get up to Idolized with them, but apparently not. Just going to pop round from the Crimson Caravan Company, by the way, and get the North Gate location for getting into Freeside, because it's far closer to the fort. Head in here and see if we can find Jerry the Punk hanging around. He must be here somewhere, or at least on his way. We'll see what Julie Farkas has to say about it.
See you again.
Apparently, absolutely nothing. Oh, she's got more magazines back in stock, so I'll at least stock up on those. Great. And, yeah, does she need Radex? I feel like Radex is pretty useful for me to have anyway. Again, her inventory for magazines just restocks all the time, so you can stock up with as many as you want. That's great. I think that's probably a glitch, but nonetheless. By the way, I discovered you can go in the back tower of Mormon Fort. I don't know if there's anything at all that's worth having in here, but it's kind of interesting. Okay, it's literally just a bunch of tin cans. If you're making, if you're doing a Mad Bomber run, that's the only time tin cans are ever useful, because you can use them to make the tin grenade, but it's generally, I mean, what's the point?
I'm so much happier now.
Ah, here's Jerry. You're very welcome, Jerry. If I was feeling mean, I'd obviously punch him to death. I don't know why he apparently lives in Julie Farkas' house. That's a slightly weird arrangement, considering he's meant to be a teenager. Speaking of which, where is old Julie? There she is.
Hey. Great to see you again.
I would like
You'll need to wait another 24 hours.
I would like a fixer, please, and I will drop off a fixer as well. That'll get me the tiny amount of
every bit goes toward
followers' fame. Okay, next day we'll drop off another fixer. And somehow I've leveled up from doing that, so I'm now level 12, which is excellent, because it means I can max out unarmed. Might as well get that done. We've got a couple of extra points we could put into something else as well. Feel like science is probably worth ticking up. But now we get a level 12 perk, which is very, very interesting indeed. Because at level 12 is when we get Piercing Strike. And this means that all unarmed weapons, including throw, negate 15 points of damage threshold on the target. Now, Bare Fists is treated as a weird weapon by the game, and I don't know whether this is going to have the desired effect. But I'm going to take it, and let's find out. And that should make fighting significantly easier. We're still doing pitiful amounts of damage, obviously, but
welcome back, friend.
We can now at least go toe-to-toe with enemies who have any kind of armor. Okay, we'll get ourselves a fixer. So I've been over to Novak, and I bought some fixer from the doctor there, so we're going to hand that into Farkas as well. And we've got some medics that I bought from Doc Mitchell as well. So 2 of those. And 3 rounds of fixer. And hopefully that'll improve our reputation quite a lot. And now we are now idolized by the followers. And now... Oh, I thought when you were idolized with the followers you could get to join them. That seems suspicious. Yes, so we're in a fight with the Freeside Thug, and it looks like Piercing Strike does now go through enemy armor. At least we're getting a little broken armor symbol when it does. I mean, it does so little damage just punching people that it's almost not worth it. But we can now cripple limbs, we can penetrate armor. We are in a better shape than we have been for some time, frankly. Oh, good, there's a group of them. I'm just trying to kill this one guy. The problem with enemies, of course, is that they run as fast as you, and they start running away if you get them down to near killed. So it's not actually that easy to... I guess we can now punch through people's guards as well, particularly now they've got maxed out punching ability. So yeah, this is about as powerful as our standard punches are going to get, frankly. We obviously can improve it a bit by using that, like so. There we go. Crosses obviously having an increased chance to break limbs. And once that's happened, they should be easy enough to take down. Hopefully me and this king can team up. Oh, there's more of them. Go on. Stop bullying the kings. That's right, you know what's good for you. The problem is, of course, this is stopping me from getting any experience from killing these guys because they're just running away before I can do it. Yeah, there we go. But now I'm not getting the experience. So if they keep cowering, hopefully we can sort that out. There we go, so one of them's down and that's my experience gained. Another one goes down there. Perfect. Now we can travel to the Freeside North Gate as I intended. Now the reason I'm confused about this quest is that I've sorted out the followers' supply problem. I've given them loads of drugs, and I'm idolised with them. So I don't know why...
It looks like you took care
Aha!
of the short-term supply issues.
Just needed some time.
And thanks, you can have a discount on medical services with me. Also, I would like to extend an invitation to join the followers of the Apocalypse.
You're very welcome, and I accept.
Invaluable.
Of course I'll join. Basically, it means I am now represented as that faction. I also get myself, more importantly, the Followers Lab Coat, which is important because it gives me plus 10 medicine, plus 10 science. Now that's very handy because it means that if I need to do checks, I don't have to get those skills up to maximum, I just have to get them up to 90. Or, with a skill magazine, up to 80.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right?
Certainly am. There we go, another stim pack for me as well. And you know what, while we're in Freeside, I think it's time we went and dealt with the kings. So head over to the School of Impersonation here. We'll have to deal with Pacer in order to get access to the king. Here he is, the guy in the jail outfit. I'd like to see the king if possible. And, yeah, it looks like I'll have to pay him the 50 caps to get in, which is extremely annoying, although I shouldn't have to do that more than once. Hello, king.
Look, Rexy.
I was hoping you might have some work for me. I'll do you a favor. I'm listening. Now that I can penetrate armor, I can do the king's quest. So he wants me to go and hire this guard at the entrance to Freeside and figure out why the guy is getting so much repeat business. So this here is Oris. He's the suspicious guy in the metal armor, and yeah, we'll just have to follow him along. Oh, the kings have come to give me a reward again, which is nice, but
Hey, you're the one who's
not strictly great when I'm supposed to be working for the king and they want to keep this on the hush-hush. Now, the tour with Oris proceeds fairly normally, except...
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler.
I've seen plenty of the Wrangler. I'm actually done all their quests and I'm banned from gambling there. Anywho, looks like there's a gang of heavies up ahead. Who I could probably start fighting now, to be honest.
I don't like the look of some of those men.
But Oris knows best, so let's follow him. And you'll note as you start to round the corner that Oris mysteriously speeds up all of a sudden. Down this street that I used to previously kill several of his associates. Now you'll see here, you're not supposed to see this, but if you time it correctly you can see it. He fires 3 shots and apparently 4 of them go down.
Nothing to worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
Yeah, so you fired 3 shots and there are only 4 guys there. So why did you run ahead like that?
You do this jump.
Well, fortunately, we can go over and inspect these guys and examine the body closely, and he's merely pretending to be dead. Now, we can start punching them to death while they're still on the ground, which is a swift way of getting their HP down. Now, we've got to kill them. Fortunately, old Ben has decided to help us out, but we're going to make sure that he doesn't die. But our newfound combat prowess can be deployed quite effectively here, especially along with old Ben's gun. So that guy's knocked over, and we can start punching him while he's on the ground, which is very nice. Unfortunately, I am now crouched, which is not what I intended. Top up on stimpaks there, and yeah, make sure we stand up. But the Freeside thugs should come after us. If we can lead them towards the robots, we might be able to, yeah, get some good progress going on here. So we can track them through here, and I'm allowed past the gate, obviously. But Those guys aren't. And the robots will deal with them accordingly. So now I got some backup. Although I will say the robots are surprisingly bad at combat, considering they're up against guys with knives and no armour. There we go, so that's 2 of them down, and there we are. Those Freeside thugs are down, and the rest of them should... the rest of them are still fighting old Ben over there, but Oris has decided he's going to start fighting the Securitrons, which, you know, fair enough. I guess I can just about get through his armour, but it's still better for the robots to do it. So a few uppercuts there. His health bar's looking precarious, especially with the Securitrons getting on him as well. And looks like down he goes. 50 HP for that. So we get his quite expensive combat knife and hunting revolver, and not going to take the metal armor because it's really heavy and not that expensive. So Oris is dead because we found out about his ruse. Just going to punch his co-conspirator to death as well. Bloody mess coming in very nicely there. Okay, and that's the first part of the quest done for the king, albeit very bloodily. I really should be equipping my follower's lab coat before I go and do any stim packs, actually, because it'll improve the amount of health they do. Don't forget to change back into your armour afterwards, though. That's quite important. So, annoyingly, after you go see the king for the first time, he goes and hides in his room for most of the rest of the time, and that involves quite a lot of stairs. At least 2 stories spread across the building, and his room is right at the back.
Hey there.
And he likes to hang out in there with his groupies. Here he is, with his Sunset Sarsaparilla machine of his own.
What do you have for me?
Oris is no longer a problem.
Well, you're not subtle, but you get the job done.
That's right, that's why they call me Clobbering Kara. Okay, so now we've got to sort out the problem with the NCR diplomacy, which we must be able to sort out using Julie Farkas. And we'll go talk to these guys here who got beaten up by the NCR grunts. King asked me to look into your attack. Do you remember anything about the people who attacked you? What can you tell me? We headed out of the Wrangler, got attacked, and the kid will tell me something on my way out.
True? Did the king really send you?
Certainly did. So, he's an idiot and thinks that the guy was called Lieutenant when he was actually called Lieutenant. And now we can return to the king with these findings. So the local men were attacked by soldiers. One of the men was identified by rank. So we need to go over to the Mormon fort and sort this out peacefully. Going to talk to Julie Farkas and see if the followers know anything about the situation. If you do not do this, if you go to one of the squatter camps and just start a fight, there is no way to end this peacefully. Someone's going to die. And I do not... I mean, I can now hold my own in combat a little bit better, but ultimately if it's me with my bare fists versus people with guns, I'm still at a disadvantage. And, you know, not every fight I'm going to be able to lead a conga line of guys into a... battle with Securitrons. So there are squatter camps over there and one over behind the building where the junkies hang out. But as I say, not heading over there right now, going straight to Julie Farkas to sort that out peacefully. She's hanging out in her tower room as usual. Sometimes she hangs out in here, sometimes she hangs out in the rear one, particularly now that Jerry the Punk lives here.
Morning.
Hi, Julie.
Welcome back, friend.
Do you know anything about NCR soldiers here in Freeside? Yes. We need to go talk to Major Elizabeth Kieran, who's been handing out supplies to NCR folks in Freeside. I mean, the followers are basically the good guys in this game, really. I mean, they are the people who work with every faction to try and sort things out, except for Caesar Legion, which they oppose because they support slavery. They're pacifists and non-violent. Although, I suppose part of the moral lesson of Fallout is that sometimes violence is justified in order to oppose tyranny. So there's a question there about to what extent that's good. But I wouldn't say that the followers being pacifists makes them bad necessarily. It just makes them possibly inadequate, which I think is a better way of putting it. So the NCR supply hut is round the back of this collapsed freeway, behind this rubble near Cerulean Robotics. By the way, when we got attacked by the random ladies with rolling pins in the last episode, apparently that was a Monty Python reference, apparently to an episode I haven't seen. And, you know, was not all that funny for it, considering that it was a very annoying fight that took me quite a while. Oh, ironically, it would be probably easier now that I've got maxed out unarmed and can penetrate armour, but, you know, not much I can do about that now.
Hold up. What's the password?
So, I'm here to see the Major Kieran on an urgent business. Please let me pass. There we go. Get a speech check there for some extra XP.
There you go. I hope this helps.
And here's Elizabeth Kieran. Oh, we got some free food from her, which is nice. Do you serve food to locals as well? Why don't you serve locals? Julie Farkas told me to ask. She said it was important.
If you really want to know, we sent an envoy to the king, offering to coordinate the relief effort.
And the king refused?
Our envoy was brutally beaten and only barely survived.
Aha, so we need to find out what happened there and make sure it gets resolved in a peaceful manner. Now, obviously, this was Pacer, the mean king, who was involved with this, and we are going to have to sort this out in a diplomatic way. So, back over to the second part of Freeside, and we'll speak to the king. Yep, so it was basically him, and what's my silence worth to you? 200 bottle caps, which pays me back for the amount I paid him earlier. This will keep me warm while I tell the story to the king.
Hey there. You're the king's friend, right?
And so we'll go have a chat with him.
You find out something about them soldier boys yet?
Yep, the NCR is distributing supplies in the building down by the old train station. They're only out handing out supplies to NCR citizens. They said someone was sent to discuss the issue. The man was severely beaten and barely survived. And now we get into a cutscene where this guy struggles to find his location.
We've got problems.
Lay it on me. What's going on?
There's a shootout going down near the train station. It's Pacer and some strangers. Might be NCR.
What is that fool doing?
Yeah, definitely is NCR, by the way.
Meaning anything to you, lady?
So we need to go sort that out post-haste. Fortunately, it's not very far. Silver Rush is right here, by the way. We are at some point going to want to go in there and clear them out of energy weapons, but not right now. And there we go. One of the kings is down. Pacer's just... I don't think he's meant to do that. I think he's meant to be cowering in the bus stop, but he seems to be just walking into a pile of rubble. I don't know whether they're actually firing like real bullets at him, whether they could kill him. Oh, you don't know me at all. I don't draw weapons. Right, so let's go around and see Kieran.
This isn't really a good time. What did you want?
King wants to help with the relief effort. That wasn't him. He didn't know an envoy had been sent. He's willing to deal with us. We can stop firing. So now we have diffused the situation diplomatically, and Pacer is not dead, which is nice. Because if Pacer's dead, it prevents you getting a good ending to some of the stuff that comes up later. I hope he's not dead anyway. Yeah, here he is.
The king just sent a messenger over, saying these guys are off limits. Looks like you get to be a hero. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Thank you, weirdly zoomed in Pacer. And in here we've got the king again, in his convenient location. There we go, and we get a massive 1500 XP for that, which takes us up to level 13. We get ourselves a favour, which I'm going to hold on to for now, because you can use it to solve a problem diplomatically later. The worst way to use it is to join the kings, by the way. It gets you absolutely nothing. Okay, what do we need? Survival, I'll take that up to 50. Why not? Sneak could probably do with going up a few points. 30 would do. Don't need guns. I mean, lockpick 50, I guess, so we can do it without skill magazines, but we've got locksmith's readers. Medicine, I'll want that ticking up. Take that up to 55. Repair, again, I don't really use repair much because there's no... Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Science 55, repair 35. I'm going to have that for reasons that will become obvious soon. Barter, why not? Keep that ticking up to 26. Excellent. So, not bad at all. And now that I've got Science 55 and Repair 35, we're going to head back to Prim, and that will be for a reason that some of you may have already figured out. Which is if we head into the Nash's residence, we examine the damaged robot, examine the electronics with Science of 55, we run the bypass, that makes the repair easier, and now with Repair of 35, we can fix him. Say hello to Eddie, my adorable pet robot. Yeah. Begin companion protocol. Now, you obviously get a lot more in the way of backstory later during Lonesome Road, but he's a nice companion to have for now. And we, next time, I think we're going to have a Brotherhood-related episode, because look who's here. It's our favourite scribe. Let's travel together, Veronica. And soon, we're going to be dealing with the lads in the metal armour. And I hope things will be resolved peacefully. But until then, thank you very much for watching. I've been Robin, this has been Digital Wilds, and this has been Fallout New Vegas, the Bare Knuckle Run. If you want to help me grow the channel, you can always subscribe, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. But until then, as we charge through the desert with Veronica and Eddie in tow, it's a goodbye from me, and I will see you next time.